But the most important one for me, but that's a very big cliche, I know, is don't stop when you encounter disappointment. Just keep going.
Right. No, no, that's a
Because
good advice.
all get a lot of disappointments to handle. And you write something and you put all of your heart in it and you think it's really well, but you're not sure. And then somebody else tells you it's just crap. And, if that leads to you not, it's hard for your self-confidence sometimes, but just, I would say, don't let that disappoint you. If you believe in it, keep going. It's difficult. It's always been difficult, and even the great ones, the famous ones, have encountered these difficulties. If you look at Martin Scorsese, like a super famous director, there are so many of his projects that just were not made because people didn't trust it or thought it was not good enough. And so don't let that stop you. It's hard. You look at Hollywood, and they're very wealthy people, but most filmmakers do not make a lot of money, especially not in the beginning. So you have to be
Right.
willing to accept. Maybe even more important, a more important advice for young filmmakers would be to not take your idea for granted too easily. That is a thing that is not discussed that often. Like this film, at a glance, I think we had 20 drafts of the scripts before we started shooting.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
not like you write a story and then you start filming, or you try to get money together. No, we talked extensively. We talked about this script for over 2 years before we started making it. That is another thing that is very important. A great idea is not a great script yet. So,
Right. No,
and
that's
it's not very expensive. It's
right.
always like, filmmaking is expensive, but writing a script is not expensive. It just takes time to get with the best draft and to get ready for the shoot. That costs money, but that whole preparation thing, take that seriously. I would give that as an advice to young filmmakers. The script is very important.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a great piece of advice.
I would say we weren't that extreme in that sense. I
Okay.
mean, because just regular, maybe 5 or 6 like per shot. And because we took a kind of a complicated way, because the camera moves a lot, as you have
Right. Well,
probably
yeah.
noticed.
Right. On the
That is we did that because we wanted to follow this pizza delivery guy on his path through the film. So we follow him through the film up until the moment where he starts to notice, when he meets the woman for the first time, and then he starts to notice there's something wrong, but he has no idea what it is. And then we move in from sort of over the shoulder to a point of view shot of him. So we wanted to set it up as a feeling of, we follow this guy on his workday until the most important thing of the film happens, and then we become the guy by becoming his point of view. So that's how it was set up. But because of doing that, you need kind of longer shots, so that takes a little bit more time to set them all up, but you need less,
right.
because you don't need as many shots because we follow him all the time. But technically that's a little bit more difficult.